Welcome to Garden Bite. I'm Terry Knight. Today, I want to talk about pollinator plants. Of course, bees get all the buzz, which they deserve, but attracting pollinators, including butterflies, is also a good thing. They transfer pollen. Now I'm going to show you the plants and take you on a bit of a tour and give you some other ideas about attracting butterflies and bees to your garden. You'll see a variety of plants flowering. What's super cool about this garden is that I bought 48 plants for $60 through my local soil and water conservation district. Check your local SWCD. They may have a program where they sell a certain amount of plants in a kit for butterflies, and some have rain garden kits as well. Mine had 12 varieties of plants, 4 of each. So first thing, I had to remove the grass in the area. Well, actually, no, the first thing was calling Gopher State One Call to check where the utilities were. Then I removed the grass. It was not fun, but that's part of the deal. I did till the soil. Tilling soil isn't one of the things that I do every year anymore. We used to recommend it, now it's a no-no. What happens is that ends up destroying the soil by breaking up its structure. The soil compacts. So then I needed to do a little research on each of the plants. By the way, don't panic if you see weeds. First, it's a little tough to keep up with them. That's my excuse anyway. Also, they provide some sustenance to other insects. The first plant I want to show you is the bergamot. And this is a beautiful, I just love this plant. It's a wild bergamot, also called Medarda, and you can see it's loaded with bees. And it also has a wonderful scent to the leaves. And in fact, some people used it for medicinal purposes. You can follow it over here to the early sunflowers. And this is about the mature height this plant will get. And this is, by the way, the second year of the garden. This is, again, an early sunflower. Moving along, this plant is going to be an aster. And this will start to bloom at about later in August through October. So you get a real nice variety. And right now what I have blooming is something called hoary vervain. And I did have an issue with one of the plants, but I snipped out that bad part and it looks beautiful. This down here, it's just got a few of the little orange flowers left. This is called butterfly weed. I'll tell you, butterflies absolutely love it. So keep that in mind. Look at the pollen on that bee. He is just loaded. And this is an ironweed plant. And this will bloom from July into September. And there are a couple of other asters in this. One is a smooth aster, and there was another one, it's a sky blue aster, but that's already bloomed and kind of out of the picture. We also have what's called a narrow leaf coneflower. And you can see it's already flowered, unfortunately, but it'll come back, of course, next year. This happens to be a black-eyed Susan, and this is the only one left. I had 4 of these plants. 3 of them actually died last year. They got a fungal disease, and then this winter was really tough. But that happens. This is another plant I put in, and this is another actual milkweed, type of milkweed. This will have white flowers, but it also attracts monarch butterflies. This is a purple prairie clover that will flower from July through August. This is where the black-eyed Susans died. So I've put in another coneflower. This is also another coneflower. And I also transferred my milkweed that was in my vegetable garden. Now next year, that will come back, and I'm very happy about that. Milkweed is the native plant for monarch butterflies. This happens to be my neighbor's mixed butterfly garden. I had milkweed in my vegetable garden, and of course that doesn't work, but I did move a few plants over there. You know, there's a lot more to a butterfly garden than just flowers, and a lot more than just the butterflies. You need a larval host, and there are plenty of plants that work well for that. In fact, herbs are really good. And I've got a few to show you, and I'll also talk a little bit about some of the perennials. First up though is dill, and dill is a wonderful plant for the swallowtail butterfly caterpillar. And it is a herb I absolutely love. I love it with fish, and I also put it in my salads. But the really cool part is it just reseeds all on its own. Get a little bit and then you've got dill for pretty much forever. The other thing is parsley. Parsley is a marvelous plant for also a larval host, as well as anise, fennel. Mint is good as also. The problem with mint is it can be invasive. Some of the perennial hosts include, of course, aster, but also hollyhock, mallow, and hardy hibiscus, which is a beautiful, beautiful shrub. The larvae, of course, feed on the foliage, and you think, well, now why would I want something to feed on my foliage? Well, they're not going to do enough to kill your plant, but the neat thing is they're going to bring a lot of joy to the garden. So if you want pollinators, plant a diversity of plants. That can include trees as well, and I'll have more information on gardenbite.com. If you liked the video today, then please let me know. Like it, follow me, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that stuff. I'd love to hear from you as well. That's today's Garden Bite, so now go out and get dirty.